Okay, so to create a logo, what I recommend is going to canva.com. So Canva is really awesome. I highly recommend it for any type of design work. So we're going to create a logo. So on the right over here, click on create a design. So you probably need to log in first with your Google account or Facebook. Click on custom dimensions. So the dimensions that I recommend is 512, and then for the height is 128. Create design. So we're going to be creating a logo that fits into here. So it needs to sort of be like a horizontal logo rather than sort of like a square one. So for example, Apple, it fits into their sort of navigation area. Same with Tesla and same with Nike. So we're not going to be creating like a square one, but you can adjust it later on if you do want to use it for sort of other marketing materials and things like that as well. So what we're going to do is first of all add some text. So click on text on the left. So over here you can choose a text that you like that suits your brand. So previously I talked about like the sans serif and also the serif typeface. So think about which one you want to pick. So I just want to create a modern design. So I might pick this one over here. So it's a sans serif, drag it in and just drop it. And then I might just delete the bottom like that and then just keep that. So here we're going to type in like a title. So I'm going to call it parallax. Oops, something like that. And then what you can do is just drag it into position. And then we can resize it just by dragging and just pulling it over like that. So we're going to make sure that it fits in there. And you can also change the color as well as edit the font over here. The next thing that you want to do is add in maybe like a little icon for your brand. So you can click on elements over here and you can search for different elements. So if we search for, let's say, the infinity logo, so there'll be plenty of different logos that you can choose. So for example, let's pick maybe this one over here. Okay. So as you can see, when you hover over it, it has sort of like a icon that says Pro, and that is for Pro account only. So what I do recommend is signing up for the free trial. I think it's like a 30-day free trial, and you get to download all the Pro sort of elements and everything that you need for, you know, your logo and anything that your business needs as well. So I think that's good enough, and maybe perhaps I think that's good. So you can also change the color. Now what I do recommend is, first of all, we're going to download that. So click on download. And what I recommend is downloading it as a PNG transparent file. So basically the background, there is no background. So we're going to click on that. And I do think you might need to sign up for the Pro account for that. So make sure to do that and then click on download. What I do recommend is creating a black version or a colored version. And then you also want a version which is white as well, because sometimes when we have a background, we need to use the white version of the logo. So change your text and change your icon to white and then download it again as a PNG. So you can also create a colored one as well in case you might need it later on. So we're going to go back onto our website over here and we're going to add in our logo. So click on customize and then you want to navigate to site logo and tagline. Click into that and click on site logo. And then click on logo image and then click on plus, and we want to upload files. Select files, so we can upload the new logos that you just created, and they should be a PNG file. And here I'm going to select maybe the white version of it and click on insert image, and here it is. So what we need to do is we're going to set in, I think this is the width of it, to 128, and then that is good. Okay, so that's going to scale down proportionally. Normally I only sort of edit one of these boxes over here, and 128 is perfect for the size that we just added in. So sometimes you might need to sort of play around with the different settings, like might change it to like 48. You can use, so normally I just, you know, resize one of them, like for example, maybe try 38. I think that's okay as well. So we can also click on the site logo margin. Click on that and deselect that. And sometimes you might need to add some margin on the top of that logo or maybe minimize it like that. So it really depends. So you might do maybe 3. Let's see and how that looks. Maybe let's try edit that a little bit, maybe 10. So you might need to adjust it. So what I'm going to do is I might just change it to, let's say 32. Let's have a look at this. So we're going to adjust it. I think that does look okay at the moment. So then we can click on publish. So with the sticky header, as you can see, the links are dark gray, which we've changed before. So sometimes we need to edit that. So let's go back to the sticky header. And for the sticky header wrap, I might just change it to like a white version. And now we can't really see the logo, right? So what we need to do is edit the sticky header logo to the black version of our logo, select it. And then here we're going to change it to 32. And hopefully that's going to change. We just need to publish it and probably close it for that to sort of update for us, right? So now that is set in really, really nicely. So sometimes you do need to play around with it, but if you followed the tutorial, then it should be okay. So everything looks okay at the moment, and we might want to change the font as well, because I think it's sort of like the default font. I thought I changed it to Montserrat, but I don't think it's edited, so I'm going to go ahead and change it. Click on the body over here, and then for the body font, let's change it to Montserrat over here and select it, and that should be all good. We might need to change the font weight to normal, and I think that is looking great. So let's change maybe the font size to 15, so a little bit smaller. I think it looks quite nice like that. And then for the body link over here, so this is red right now, so we're going to click on body link and we're going to change it to the pink color. So basically it is very, very consistent with our design over here. Same thing for the body link hover. So generally what I want to do is probably get the correct color code from before, but in this case I'm just going to sort of freehand it. So I'm going to click on it and then we're going to make it a little bit maybe darker. So drag it down a little bit, and then when we hover over it, so it's a little bit darker, but it is consistent. So it's not like some random color where you pick like a blue, it hovers like that. That's not good. You want to pick a little bit darker or a little bit lighter. So I think that's okay. And then click on publish, and then we can close it. The next step is to add a Fab icon. So we do need to create that again. So let's go over here, and what I want to do is maybe create a new file. So file, and then we're going to create a new design. Set a custom dimension, 64 by 64, create new design. And then let's search for the elements. As you can see, there's a lot of different templates which you can use as well, but let's click on elements over here and infinity again. So let's drag in that same one, drag that in, and then we're going to make sure that is nice and large so that it shows up properly. So something like that. All right, so obviously you can try and make it a little bit better. So you can also add a background to it. So maybe if you wanted to edit and change the background, then it's going to look something like this. But I sort of just want it to be like that. So we're going to just undo that, and then we're going to download it, save it transparent, and download. So we're going to go back over here, navigate to your dashboard, navigate to Themify Ultra, Themify settings, and then click on Fab Icon, Upload. Choose the Fab icon, open, and then sometimes if you can't click on upload, doesn't open up, what you need to do is click on media and upload it there, and then copy the URL and paste it into here, and then click on save, and then you should be pretty much good to go. So let's go and refresh that page, and there you go. So you got your Fab icon, you got your logo, everything looks great, and if anything does not look good, then you can go ahead and customize and edit all the different sections. So what I want to show you now is how to ensure that your website shows secure. So right now it says not secure, and that's not good for search engine purposes. And sometimes when people land on your website, it doesn't look very trustworthy when you've got not secure. So I'll show you how to secure it with a lock icon.